Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you all for being here today. So my background was that I worked in the Allegheny County District Attorney's Office for a number of years before switching over to the dark side as a defense attorney. So I've seen the inside of probably 40 different magisterial district courts over the years, primarily in Allegheny, Washington, Westmoreland County. When I was an ADA, I was assigned to 6 different magistrates, and the level of security was inconsistent at best. I would say in the better neighborhoods where the cases would be less numerous, we would have the wanding. Even a couple of those courts had a metal detector that you had to go through, but those waiting rooms weren't the full waiting rooms. On the opposite end of the spectrums, my busy days, the courts where I was doing 80 to 100 preliminary hearings every Tuesday and Thursday in those courtrooms where you were shoulder to shoulder with, the victim, the defendant, the victim's advocate, everybody, who could fit in the waiting room was in there. Those were the courts where you couldn't find the constable if you needed him. The police officers would hang out in the, where the bench was, and that door was closed. There was no secure, facility to speak of. If you needed to speak with the victim privately, you needed to go outside, essentially. So you're exactly right. These facilities are sometimes old. The strip malls were the ones that drove me the craziest because my favorite one was the one was next to a video game store. So you would oftentimes have people being arrested outside of the video game store for various criminal activity, and then coming right over into the judge's courtroom to be arraigned on their charges. But it was, and then as I continued into my defense practice, going around to the different counties, it was amazing to me how little security there was, especially outside of Allegheny County, where you could just walk, right into the office where the staff was sitting. And it's concerning when you have a victim, especially on a domestic violence case, and they're literally sitting right next to the defendant. It is cause for concern, and I was sad, but I wasn't surprised at all to see the incident that happened in Fayette County last year. So I thank you for being here today and adding, to the testimony.
Thank you.